Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. And the economy is in fast phase motion, full speed ahead. And we continue to stream stories of how people are dealing with the economy and interviewing some great leaders. Our next guest is Vitaliy Schafer, Director of Venture Capital, Private Equity, and Technology Banking at Leader Bank. Leader Bank, a bank that Radio Entrepreneurs has had a relationship with in the past. We've done some hosting of shows there. We really appreciated the relationship. And you're just another person from the bank, Vitaliy, that add to our list of interviewees.
Thank you so much for having me, Jeffrey.
Great. So tell us about yourself and your position with the bank.
Yeah, absolutely. So I joined Leader Bank about 9 months ago. I've been in banking overall for over a decade now. My position is in working with venture capital, private equity firms, hedge fund here and there, a few startups. Primarily, we provide banking services, but more than anything, I would say we're advocates for our clients. So I've been working with founders and VC PE firms really since the beginning of my career. I started primarily working with investment firms in my last bank. And just about after about 5 years, that kind of was a seamless transition to working with founders as well. I noticed when I was younger that there was a big kind of disconnect between venture capital, private equity, and what the majority of founders are looking for. And I just saw this as an opportunity to help those founders as well who are looking for VC money, PE money, who are looking for those connections for that investment and helping kind of bridge the gap between the two.
Oh, that's great. And why Leader Bank? You know, a lot of banks do these things. A lot of private companies do these things. What attracted you to Leader and the competitive advantage that you feel they gave you?
Absolutely. I would say number one, it has already a phenomenal reputation in the Boston market. It's a local bank, and folks in Boston do know about Leader. Primarily, it's excellent in the lending space, in the banking space as well. And they've been in the space for a while. I mean, they have had clients in, private equity, VC, startups. But after the bank failures last year, the bank definitely saw an opportunity to really expand that. And they brought in myself, and we have now a team that's built out of former colleagues that came from some of these institutions. And if you look at the NPS score as well of the bank, you see that clients really love the bank. And that was something that attracted me as well. It's not kind of your typical commercial bank that you see on every corner. It's a really kind of specialized bank for entrepreneurs with really a really great reputation.
So let's go into what I call a Wayback Machine. Give us your career path to Leader Bank so we get a sense of who you are.
All right. So I would say I was very interested in kind of the VCPE investment market since I was a kid. I went into college learning economics. I went to BU, so I've been in Boston for a bit now. I joined First Republic right after college, and I was really, like I mentioned, focusing really just working with VC and PE. And then after 5 years, a lot of these VCP companies, they have portfolio companies, and I've been just basically working with them. And after working with them, I kind of got the feeling of what these VCPE companies are looking for. And so I would say I shifted a lot of my focus from just working exclusively with investment firms to also working with startups and founders. And that kind of led me at the end of the day here to Leader Bank. And we've been growing the team tremendously. One of the kind of greatest things we did in the last 9 months was we hosted this really cool pitch competition in March where we had over 150 founders. We had about 10 venture capital firms. It's been the biggest in Boston so far this year. And we partnered with Microsoft to host it in their space. So really kind of giving it back to the founder community. That's something that we strive to do as well.
Very, very nice. So let's look forward a couple of years. What does your department at Leader Bank look like?
Absolutely. So, continue to grow the team, of course. Bring in additional experts in this private equity VC space. We had someone on our team who was an intern who is now doing his master's at Northeastern, but his focus entirely was being that venture support for founders. So he worked for a venture capital firm, a venture studio, and we brought him in to really provide that VC perspective to our founders. So I would say continue growing the team, continue hosting events like the one we did in March with Microsoft. The next one we're actually doing is going to be in September, where we're going to do one specifically for biotech and healthcare, because Boston has such a tremendous already biotech scene, and we just wanted to give a lot of these founders in that space an opportunity to speak to investors. So continue to host those events, continue to grow the brand, and kind of come up with innovative solutions and products for these founders that they want. Not something, that banks kind of push. We're going around asking founders what they're looking for and providing them that service.
So you've mentioned a couple of business niches. So do you, I assume you have a focus of specific target niches you like to look at?
Absolutely. So I would say for us, it's going to be tech, healthcare, biotech. Myself on the team, I personally mostly work with venture capital and private equity firms. My co-director, he primarily works with founders, tech companies. I would say a bit of a wide range. We do have prop tech there. We have climate tech, blue tech. So it really kind of encompasses the tech space. And we also have quite a few clients in the biotech and healthcare as well.
It's pretty exciting. And I know whatever Leader Bank addresses, they seem to have become successful at it. So they clearly have the formula in the package. We've been speaking with Vitaliy Schafer, Director of Venture Capital, Private Equity, and Technology Banking at Leader Bank. Are there particular sectors that you don't want to touch?
I would say crypto as absolutely one of them. It's such a, I would say, unregulated space. Not really something that, the bank has been doing in the past, not something we're looking to get into. Our focus is really on the Boston market. We have had events in New York as well, so we'll absolutely look at New York. But it's really just mostly focusing on that tech and biotech space.
Right. Vitaliy, if somebody wants to learn more about what you're doing and maybe inquire with you, get to know the bank better, how would they find you?
Absolutely. Well, the easiest way is if you're watching this via video, is scan that QR code right there. You can always find me on LinkedIn as well. It's my name, Vitaliy Schafer. We also have a website. So if you go to leaderbank.com and then under business banking, we have startup and then we have VC. So if you're a founder, look at the startup page. If you're a venture capital or investor, go ahead and click on that tab. We have different solutions for either one, but we're more than happy to connect with you.
Great. I want to thank you for being on Radio Entrepreneurs today, and we hope you come back again. And
thank you so much.
Bring some of your entrepreneurial companies with you, but great meeting you. Again, a long line of very impressive people we've met at the bank. Remind everyone, this is Radio Entrepreneurs.